I kept all the original plans that I had for all the rooms I ever built from scratch. In them were great wall details, had a float walls, float floors, suspend ceilings. Augsburger's very instrumental in making recommendations about what kind of surfaces we should use in different spots and how thick they should be to contain certain frequencies. And the bass traps in the back of each control room and the custom diffuser panels were based on a design he gave. There are two rooms contiguous to each other. There's 48 mic tie lines or line level tie lines between the two, which is more than I used to have in New York. Each of the live room has 48 mic lines that are discrete, no doubling up, no series setup where there's multiple mic boxes with the same numbers. There are 48 discrete lines in each live room. Then each of the 4 ISO booths in A and the 2 ISO booths in B have 16 discrete lines. So coming into the patch bay in A is 112 potential microphone feeds plus the 48 if that's what you wanted to do from B. And coming into B are the 80 microphone feeds plus the 48 discrete feeds if you wanted to use all of them from Studio A. Also video tie lines and data tie lines via Cat6. So you have unbelievable flexibility in terms of using the rooms together or separately. We have taken advantage of that on a couple sessions where we had both rooms that play together and we used the same cue system, same Aviom system in both rooms, and we didn't have to worry about patching from one room to the other. It was a simple Cat6 that's already run between both rooms, and boom, everybody had the same cues. Still able to hold 35 to 40 musicians in A very comfortably and probably 10 to 12 in B very comfortably. The ISO booths, the sight lines were very specifically planned out between the control room and the live room and its 2 ISO booths, especially between the 4 ISO booths in the live room. A lot of friends that I've known for over 30 years doing this, very respected engineers and producers, and I said, okay, boom, here we go. What's your wish list? What do you need? They're like, they were all so specific about, as far as the live room goes, if sight lines between the engineer and all the ISO booths were impossible, so long as the ISO booths had great sight lines for themselves and the live room, they would be ecstatic. We're looking for a certain visual. The visual being cedar wood, but treated a certain way so that it has character, but it's not too bright, not too dull. And that's just trial and error. And we figured it out back then, and we were able to replicate it now. Then also going around the rooms, once they were done, this included the ISO booths, which George made recommendations for the type of deadening in the ISO booths that I think if you're in a small room, you don't want it too live because you'll get a lot of comb filtering at weird frequencies. So the deadening worked really well in there. It's not too dead, there's still character, but it's controllable. The live rooms are meant to be live, so they do have a character and a certain presence when you're recording in them. So it was really by ear. Walk around, clap, listen for any flutter echo, any sort of things that were unflattering, and then I made recommendations to the finish carpenter to build certain types of absorption panels that would be placed strategically in the live rooms and the ISO booths to control any unwanted frequencies, and here we are. Premium placed on what you're hearing in there. Walk around the room, it should be relatively consistent, the bass frequency response. Control rooms need to be big enough that you have maybe 8 or 10 people in where it wasn't too crowded, but the norm would probably be 2 or 3.